Welcome to the Sports on Pulse. I'm Prime. I'm Gary Al Smith. And this whole week, the Ghana Football Association has been having a series of sessions and also what they call the GFA summit happening in Cape Coast. And they've been speaking about things that they feel will be important for the development of the game in Ghana. One key thing that many have been asking for has been a restructuring of the Premier League. Thankfully, looks like the GFA have listened. Apparently, the Premier League board will be revamped to improve on the quality of the local league in Ghana. Top of the reforms will be the fact that now it's going to be almost an autonomous body where there's going to be tenders put out for local industrial companies to have their input in. Also, there's going to be a general manager of the Premier League board and also administrators who are going to be allowed to work alone. That's what we are told, by the way. Here's Ibrahim Sadidara.
The decision to realign or readjust the way the Premier League board looks. We've decided to try another model, and that is by allowing the Premier League board to be a board, which means it will not be meeting on a daily basis like it's done in the past, but we appoint specific people to specific targeted areas like marketing and sponsorship for competitions. We'll also look at a scheduling officer. We'll also look at a particular media person for the position and all of those. These are particular people we have selected, and then we'll get somebody who will lead the marketing team, like a managing director for the league, to see if we can find a solution there.
Sounds exciting if they are able to pull it off at least by the beginning of the next season. We will be looking forward to that. Also, youth football is said to be a new and exciting phase that the GFA want to look at. They want to make sure the development of that aspect of Ghana's football will take center stage in coming years.
We've also looked at youth football. Taking the decision that players from the under-17, under-15 championships will form the basis for our next under-17 national teams. We've taken the decision also that to consult with GALCA that we need to channel some funds to youth football so that we can get them to play more competitions that will play frontal roles for people not only to see but to feel that there are changes. Then we've also decided that as per the club licensing regulations, every Premier League club must have an under-17 team that participates in a codes competition. And that means that this codes competition will ensure that talents are honed. And from this also, we want to ensure that the players from that competition are also promoted to the top teams. And it will be a mandatory requirement within this system.
So the idea of youth football is exciting. The president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, he's Kwabena Eboa.
It's football without a sound, youth football. And all the nations around the world, like Brazil has more academies than all the academies in the world. So it's not by accident that you have a regular flow of talent into the senior team. So I'm very, very excited about that. And also the importance of education. So I can only see a very bright future in this direction. And quite apart from that, the academies that are already established are going to be strengthened and regulated. So you have all those academies alongside the youth teams for the premier teams at least to ensure keen competition.
Okay. The GFA summit is happening in Cape Coast, and Kwabena Eboa is there in his capacity as SWAC president because they were invited to come and give their input into what they think should be the direction in which the football in Ghana should go. Speaking of direction, and we are talking about boxing now, according to the legendary Azuma Nelson, the nation lacks quality coaches in training Ghana's talented boxers. He's identifying that as a major problem. If solved, will take the country far.
Saying that in Ghana here, the boys that you see them fighting, these boys are ready, to be world champions. almost, if not all, about 80% are ready to become a world champions. But because the teachers, like I said, they are good, but they are not good enough. That's why the boys couldn't go further. And let me tell you something that I believe you know it already. That sportsmen, especially the boxers, we coming from poor homes, and we don't have enough education, So if we say we're going to be a boxer and we couldn't become a world champion, and then we are hungry, we start join some groups, to do bad things, So, but if the coaches, are 100% good, and train the boys, and the boys can fight well, I'm telling you that.
You can't be a talented boxer and fight on an empty stomach, says Azuma Nelson. And one boxer who's been doing well and has been getting quite a bit of sponsorship for his bouts, but wants a bit more for his next one, is Isaac Dogbe. I've been telling you about his upcoming bout with Cesar Juarez that will be happening on January the 6th, 2018. And Team Dogbe hope to land more sponsorship deals ahead of that bout. Here is a member of Team Dogbe.
Giving our word out there, so far we've had a couple of promises for the sports ministry, and also promises from other quarters, but so far, apart from Kempinski, we haven't seen any other sponsorship coming on so far. But we are hoping that other sponsorships will come. People are going to honor their word. But so far, so good. I think we are on course. We've done the very basics we need to do in preparation of the fight for 6th January. And the major things have been done. But most of them are monies we have borrowed. They are not monies that belong to the Rising Star. After paying that $117,000, of course, we've run down. So other monies that we have used to pay, we need to pay for the Bukom Boxing Arena. We need to pay people who are going to cover the program. We need to do a lot of designing, tickets, banners, a whole lot. All these things are monies we have to borrow for now. So we believe that as the sponsorship come in, we should be able to break even.
It's Premier League Wednesday today, and I'll be showing you the updates of what is happening now. Everton with Sam Allardyce incoming are playing at the moment, and they are winning by 2-0 against West Ham United. It's Amsworth's final game as manager before Sam Allardyce takes over. Arsenal are leading by 1-0 against Huddersfield Town, and Burnley are winning by the same scoreline away at Bournemouth. Man City are approaching halftime at 0-0, and Stoke are down, also close to halftime against Liverpool. Swansea 0-0 with Chelsea at the Bridge.